Welcome everybody, Film Fan 108 here to my Blu-ray pickups for April of 2019. And as you guys can see, I have a decent size stack of quite a variety of titles here to talk to you guys about today. So let's get into it, shall we, with the first title that I picked up for the month, and that is none other than Bumblebee right here, guys. This one was really a no-brainer because, when I saw it in the theater, I'm not gonna lie, I was really hesitant about this movie because, truth be told, I really hate the Michael Bay Transformers movies. I just think they are absolutely god-awful. And, I mean, no offense to any of you guys out there who do like them, but I just think they're groan worthy, man. The comedy is terrible. The action, I can't make out what the hell is happening from scene to scene. Yeah, it's not Michael Bay's best movies by far. And so when this got announced, and the trailers and everything, I'm like, oh, I'm just, please let this be good. Please, God. And surprisingly so, it was really, really well done, guys. Really well made. And I love the characters here. It's basically just, how Cybertron is under attack and Bumblebee comes down to Earth to sort of protect Earth and sort of stay there for safekeeping until some of the other Autobots are able to come over to Earth as well. And he's being followed by some of the Decepticons, and he makes friends with this teenage girl, and it's the story of them, getting along with one another, and the journey that they go on together. I think again it's really well made. I think the action is really phenomenal, guys. I love the action so much here. On top of that, I thought the CGI was really great. I love the design of Bumblebee. I love the design of the other Transformers. It definitely feels like Generation 1 to me. It feels very authentic and very classic. Again, the acting is really good here as well. I think Haley Steinfeld does an awesome job as well. I just think it's very heartwarming. The comedy is there. It's definitely set in the 80s, so you get a lot of that 80s nostalgia as well, guys. There's a lot of really great stuff here to really love. So I really enjoyed the hell out of this one, guys. I really honestly did. And I know it didn't make as much money as the other Transformers movies did, but I think the reason why people were really bummed out for a long time on those other Transformers movies, The Last Night and all that other stuff, and I felt like this one is kind of a comeback for the Transformers, but I think people were a little hesitant on it. I think word of mouth is really getting out there and people are really finding the movie a lot more now. I heard that they're going to do a sequel to it, which I'm really excited for. I would definitely be up for a sequel in a big bad way. And I heard something about this being like a reboot of the franchise, which I really hope is the case because I really do love this movie a lot. And I really do think that if we can scrap the Michael Bay ones, then that would be perfect, guys. So for me, this is definitely a great, wonderful surprise of a movie. One I was not expecting to be half as good as it is. But surprise, surprise, you never know until you enter that theater and you experience a movie for yourself. Very, very well done, guys, indeed. And not bad special features here. You get 14 deleted and extended scenes and outtakes. You get a couple of featurettes here, which are really making of the movie, talking about the actors, talking about the designs of the movie. The director, Travis Knight, who this was his first live action movie, did a really great job with it. On top of talking about the other Transformers movies and what they wanted to do with it. Really interesting stuff here as well. You don't get an audio commentary. I kind of wish you did. I would have loved to hear his thoughts while watching the movie, but maybe another edition. Who knows, guys? But not bad here at all. Very well worth it to check out, guys. A really great Transformers movie. Probably out of all the ones live action, this is definitely the best one, guys. So definitely give it a look if you haven't already. Bumblebee. Then the next title that I picked up, guys, is one which was not exactly a blind buy, but when I watched it, I loved it so much that I knew I had to pick it up. And that is The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. This is really a very fascinating movie because when I did the out and about towards the beginning of April, I knew this title was coming out, so I watched it for the Out and About, and I love this movie so goddamn much. I just was really loving the story and the characters, and I was like, my god, man, I was not expecting how good this fucking movie was. And I literally sat there and I was like, this is a buy. This is not even a question. This is a buy for sure. And basically it's about this older man played by Sam Elliott who is, it feels like he's coming to the end of his life, and he's sort of like just living out his days, and he's reminiscing about, you know, the love of his life and the mission that he went on to try to kill Hitler, all the while being recruited for another mission by these agents to kill Bigfoot because there's a danger to the population. And sort of it just spins from there, and it's so well done, so really interesting and fascinating. I love the flashbacks to when he was a younger man going into Germany and trying to take out Hitler. I love actually the design of Bigfoot here. The design of Bigfoot is not the type of Bigfoot that you're expecting. It's a little bit more different and unique, which I actually really kind of liked as well. The characters here are really just very engaging, and you really get to feel for them, and you get to really feel for what they're going through. And the acting alone is really fantastic here. Sam Elliott, oh my god, man. Sam Elliott is fucking awesome, guys. If you have not experienced Sam Elliott, what the hell are you doing, guys? Get up on Sam Elliott big time. If you guys have seen A Star is Born, he was a supporting character in that movie. He's been in so many wonderful ones. The Big Lebowski, anybody? He was really awesome in that one. Of course, the first thing I ever remember watching Sam Elliott in was a movie called Mask with Cher. That was a really great movie. That was the first time I really experienced him and his fucking awesome mustache. And yeah, I've been following this man ever since. And this is a really great showcase for him. It shows him being doing a little bit of action, being very dramatic, just having fun with this role and playing it up. I just love the story of an older man and how he has regrets in his life and how he's accomplished certain things that he's not exactly proud of. It's a really wonderful, nostalgic piece, which I really, really loved. And this is from a first time filmmaker as well, which is really shocking, man. I was really surprised by this guy who made this movie as a first time filmmaker, and he had this story he wanted to tell, and it was really just wonderful and in depth. And man, I just had a ball with this movie. I can't say enough really great things about it, guys. Really well worth it here. And the special features here, you do get some interesting stuff here. You do get deleted scenes. You do get a short film from the director of the movie as well. You get art galleries. You also get the making of the movie as well. And this is a really in-depth, like, making of, man. It really is almost like a full-on making of documentary, talking about everything from how he came up with the story to how they got financing for the movie, to how they got Sam Elliott and the making of the movie and how they did the designs and everything like that. Really fascinating documentary as well. A lot of really great features on this disc. And also, something that is really unique and interesting as well, guys, here is that this movie, you get the slipcover here. Now, you get the artwork on the inside here as well, but what's really cool is you get different artwork on the other side as well with this cover, man. Which I honestly like this cover, but I like this cover a little bit better, which is why I picked this one. But it's really, really awesome, guys, that you get different artwork. Usually with new releases that come to the stores, you usually don't get that. This was definitely an exception. Very, very cool that they put the effort into this release. And on top of that, it's just a really great movie as well, guys. Something that you definitely should check out if you're fans of sort of these sort of nostalgia pieces, if you like sort of you know, a little bit of sci-fi mystery thriller aspect to it. This is actually a really cool movie. Definitely check it out, guys. The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. Right here, guys. Then the next title I picked up was a limited edition release from Mondo Macabro. I pre-ordered this probably a month or two back, and it shipped in April. I'm so happy to pick this up, and that is The Devil's Nightmare right here, guys, with this really wonderful artwork right here. I really love this artwork a lot. But if you didn't like that artwork, well, they had something on the inside, guys. They had this artwork as well right here for The Devil's Nightmare as well. Very, very cool artwork there. And as I said, this is a limited edition release right here, guys. A limited edition release indeed. My number out of 1,000, I had 913, I believe, if you can see that. Yeah, 913 out of 1,000 was my limited edition there. This is now completely sold out, by the way. So they are putting out a regular edition of this, but the limited edition is completely sold out. I was really lucky to get this one, guys. And this is just a really fantastic and really interesting horror movie made in Belgium. It's from 1971, and basically it's about these tourists that get stranded. They have to spend the night at this castle where there is a family curse on the castle, and not only that, but there's this woman who is in the castle as well, who is not what she seems to be. I will not really give too much more away than that, guys, but it's a really wonderful sort of gothic Euro film. It really is. And there's not many horror films that really come out of Belgium from what I've sort of made research of. There's not many that have come out, especially back in the day in the 70s. This was a very unique film for the time it came out and still is to this day. I really love the acting here. You have some really interesting and unique characters. Some are very gluttonous, others are very comedic. More are a little bit more of a sinister take as well. And the main female here, who is the one playing the games behind the scenes, she is really great. She tries to tempt a lot of people, and she's very evil in her own sinister ways, which I really do love as well. It's a really fascinating little type of horror movie that I blind bought, because I really didn't watch this movie until I actually got the Blu-ray in the mail. But I trusted Mondo Macabro. I've gotten some of their stuff in the past. This is a really wonderful and an awesome release here. And like I said, it's a great, really gothic tale. I love sort of the haunted castle. It reminds me of a lot of old school horror stuff back in like the 40s and 50s. Like I said, I love the gothic design of what they have here. I love sort of the Euro trash of the 70s featured in here as well. It's a really unique, interesting sort of Euro horror movie, which I don't have many of them in the collection, but this one is definitely one that I really wanted to sort of pick up and check out because I was really interested and fascinated by it, guys. So yeah, I was really liking this one quite a bit. It's definitely one that you have to be into these type of films to really enjoy, but I think once you do really get into them, then it's a real pleasure, guys. It really is. And yeah, I really do like this one quite a bit. The special features here, you get an interview with the director. You get an interview with one of the people who was on set, who was also a director themselves, who was ended up really being influencing on Belgian cinema and talking about film criticism and how he got involved with the film. The director, there's a really great, interesting interview with the director as well, because he talks about how he actually is a teacher at this film school, and how he helped sort of bring more awareness to Belgian cinema, which is really fantastic as well. You get an audio commentary from Troy Howarth, and boy, man, this guy, Troy Howarth, I've listened to a few commentaries that he's done on other movies. He is so knowledgeable, guys, about Euro horror, man. I love listening to this guy because he had so many anecdotes about the actors and the setting of the film, and sort of what this film had to accomplish in the 70s in Belgium, and he was really sort of very knowledgeable about what he was talking about. And that's some of the best audio commentaries I love, guys. He had that as well. You also get here original trailers and TV spots here as well, plus some other Mondo Macabro previews. And on top of that, guys, you get a little bit more as well here. You get a booklet here as well talking about the movie here. some interesting articles and some pictures as well. Some really cool stuff there. You also get some lobby cards here as well for the release. You can see sort of this as well on the back here. Very nice. Also, this one right there here. On that side also, you get this one. I like that one a lot. There, you get that as well with that too. Very nice stuff here. You get a lot of really cool stuff with this release, man. Mondo Macabro really went out of their way for this release, man. It's really cool, guys. I really like this stuff quite a bit, man. You get a lot for your money's worth. This limited edition is really cool. Mondo Macabro, man, they really go out of their way with these releases, and The Devil's Nightmare is no exception, man. Mondo Macabro doesn't release as much as other independent labels do, but when they do, they definitely go out of their way, and this is definitely a worthy title to pick up. If you like Euro horror trash films, if you like sort of gothic horror stuff, this is definitely one that should be on your list, guys. Again, it's from the 70s. It's not really all that gory. It's got some blood in it, but it's just a really classic Euro horror film that I really do enjoy, and I'm really happy to now have it in the collection, guys. Definitely give it a look if you get the chance, guys. The Devil's Nightmare. And the next title that I picked up, guys, is a Blu-ray from Mill Creek Entertainment, and oh my god, man, this movie. Malibu Express right here. Oh, brother, let's talk about Cody Abilene, shall we? Oh, mother of God. Cody is a private investigator, or as the females would probably like to call him, a private dick. And he has to end up solving this murder mystery of who killed this guy and the suspects and all these other people involved that are trying to launder money from this family, and he has to figure that out. All the while, you know, he has to get into some crazy hijinks and occasionally bed a few women in the process as well. Oh, brother, this movie, man, is all kinds of like sleaziness and weird craziness, and I had all kinds of fun with it. I'm not gonna lie. This movie is basically a mixture of like Dukes of Hazzard and a sex romp comedy. I mean, really, it's not played for a lot of seriousness. It's played for a lot of laughs and just having fun with it. The actors seem to be having a ball playing these characters. It's very cheesy. It's very over the top. The females are basically just there to get naked and to show off their bareness, pretty much. I mean, the best example of it is there's two females on Cody's boat, and for some reason they're there. Like they're just there all the time. They don't have a job or have anything else to do, and you know he has to leave for the day. He has to do more private investigating, and they're like, Cody, where are you going? And Cody's like, oh, I gotta go, ladies. I'll see you later. And they're like, Cody, what are we gonna do without you? And I'm thinking, I don't know, get a job? Like, I'm like, really? Like, these just very skimpy clothing, nakedness up the wazoo here. You know, you got some cool 80s action as well. Yeah, man, I had never heard of Andy Sedaris. I have never heard of any of his movies. So when Mill Creek sort of announced that they're starting to put a lot of Andy Sedaris stuff out, I thought, I'm gonna take a gamble on Malibu Express, and I was not disappointed whatsoever, guys. Just a lot of craziness and zany comedy and zany sex romp comedy, and yeah, cheesiness and sleaziness abound. It's just all over the place. I did have a fun time enjoying it. It's not meant to be taken seriously one bit. It's just a really fun, good old time to watch. I had a ball with it. I really did. The actor who plays Cody Abilene does a great job. Sybil Danning is in this as well, guys. Sybil Danning is, oh my god, man. Sybil Danning was hot as hell back in the day, guys. She was like, whew, she was smoking. She really honestly was, guys. And you know what? I remember watching her in Howling 2, and I'm like, oh my god, man, she was freaking awesome there. So like, she was really hot here as well, and I love her role in this. Also, it's just a really fun, zany movie that really just has to be experienced to actually enjoy it. I would say definitely give it a chance if you're into these type of films, guys. It's definitely a wild ride for sure. Just from the cover, the cover is crazy. I like the cover so much, man. Really weird. Just it says all about the movie pretty much. And Mill Creek, man, they have an audio commentary with Andy Sedaris and his wife, and they really do talk about the movie itself, certain specific scenes, what they wanted to accomplish with the movie, all of the actors in it, and everything. Really cool little audio commentary. You get an introduction by Andy Sedaris. You also get trailers, and you get behind the scenes featurette. Now, this is a bizarre behind the scenes featurette because it's not actually about the actual movie itself, guys. It's behind the scenes of his other films. Like, it's behind the scenes of like other films like Savage Beach and other ones that he's done where he talks about specific scenes of how he makes a scene, how he cuts certain scenes in, and how he edits it all together. It's that, and it's about him talking with one of the actors who is now a much older guy who was in this movie, and they talk about his workout regimen, and they talk to these busty females that are just popping into the scene like, hey, yeah, and this chick is here too, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like really weird featurettes, guys, but I guess that's how this guy is, the director. But it's just, it's a weird, bizarre type of movie, but it's a fun, weird, bizarre type of movie, and I had a lot of fun while watching this, man. At times it almost feels like a goddamn porno, but to be honest with you, it just is really a fun time, and you definitely guys should definitely check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up any other Andy Sedaris ones, but at least I got to experience one Andy Sedaris, and that might be enough, guys. But yeah, definitely check out Malibu Express. It is a very, very fun, guys. Malibu Express. Then the next title I picked up is an Arrow video title, and that is none other than Scared Stiff right here, guys, with this really cool slipcover here. This is actually a Diabolic DVD exclusive. You can only get this through Diabolic DVD, so if you order through them, you will get this exclusive slipcover, guys. Really nice. I really love this slipcover quite a bit, guys, on the back side as well. Very nice. And on the inside, the theatrical art right here as well. Very, very nice. I really like that art quite a bit too. And the movie is one weird movie, dude. It really is. Because it's about basically this singer. She's like a rock pop singer that was in this sort of mental hospital. She had a breakdown and she's out of it now, and she's dating her doctor. And basically what happens is that they're moving into this sort of Victorian house, this Victorian home with her son, and the Victorian home is cursed, and there's these ghostly spirits and entities who are trying to attack them and take over them and come back to life, and it's all about sort of their struggle dealing with this. And it's got shades of sort of a little bit of Poltergeist to it. It's got some shades of Amityville as well. It's a very unique and interesting movie, guys. It really honestly is. I thought it's a little bit over the top. It's a little bit ridiculousness as well, a little bit cheesy. But I like the setting. I like the Victorian setting. I like the flashbacks with this slave owner who I guess is inhabited in his soul with this sort of like monster entity as well. It's just this movie's all over the place, man. It's at one part it's a drama, at another part it's a horror movie, at another part it's like a supernatural thriller. It's really weird and bizarre, guys. It really is. But I really had a fun time watching it. It's sort of a very standard horror film up until around the third act, and then it gets really weird and crazy and just all over the place. And you kind of got to keep it straight. There's like flashbacks, and there's like images just coming at the screen at you, and there's a lot of like information being just right like beamed into your eyes, man. But it is well worth it. I really like the creature designs in here. Again, I like the story. I like the actors quite a bit in here as well. It's a really unique and interesting sort of underappreciated horror film from the 80s. And there's a lot of really great horror films from the 80s, guys. There really honestly is. But there's certain titles that I think that sort of passed people by or was not as recognized as other ones were. This one is definitely one I think you guys should definitely check out. It's definitely very unique, wild, very bizarre, but very interesting as well. I really did like this one. And Arrow Video, man, they always hit it out of the park. What can I tell you? It's Arrow Video. They are really good, guys. You get here a brand new 2K restoration from the original film elements. You get a brand new audio commentary with the director, producer, and film historian. And this is a really great audio commentary, man. They talk about shooting in Florida, how they could only find one Victorian house, and that thankfully they were able to shoot there. They were talking about the flashbacks and how they had to shoot them, talking about the different actors in the piece and how they had to, certain actors they wanted but they couldn't get, and talked about a lot of great information on this audio commentary. You also get here Mansion of the Doomed, The Making of Scared Stiff, a brand new documentary featuring interviews from the director and the actors and special effects supervisors and assistants, and it's just a really great documentary. They go into everything about how they had to get the financing for the movie, how that they had to do some certain reshoots to put some new horror elements in there. It's some really fantastic stuff in this documentary, guys. Really in-depth stuff here. You also get here a brand new interview with the composer, image gallery, original theatrical trailer, and much, much more, guys. Really cool here. And you've got some really great actors in here as well. Dan Stevens is in this. Of course, he was in 10 to Midnight and a lot of other great titles as well. It's a really great, interesting horror movie that I feel is a little underappreciated, but I feel like it kind of got buried in the 80s because there was so much stuff coming out in the 80s and there was certain stuff that just went to the wayside. And Scared Stiff is a very unique horror film from the 80s. It's a little bizarre and just like all over the place, but it's one I think that's really fascinating to check out and one you guys should definitely look into. Not bad at all, guys. Definitely give it a look. Scared Stiff. Then the next title that I picked up, guys, is one where it was actually a really great price at Best Buy. It was $14.99, and I was like, I gotta pick this up, man. It's a great price, and I don't know if it's gonna get any lower, especially for 4K. And that is Get Out right here, guys. I picked this one up because I really do like Jordan Peele, and after watching the movie Us, which is phenomenal by the way, I was like, I don't have Get Out. And if you guys have been following the channel a lot over the year, or a couple years actually, you'll notice that sometimes when I do my movie hunting or out and about, I try to find Get Out on Blu-ray. But I try to find it on Blu-ray with the slipcover, and for some reason I can never find the slipcover on the Blu-ray. For some reason that slipcover is like really like in high demand, and going on eBay you're paying quite a lot for that sucker, and I didn't not want to do it. So I was never thinking of picking this up in 4K, but when the price at Best Buy was phenomenal for $14.99, I was like, this is definitely a must get, guys. So I was definitely high on getting this one for sure. And basically, it's about this African American gentleman who is dating this white woman, and she says, "Hey, let's visit my parents. Have you meet my parents?" And he goes, but it's very bizarre, very weird. It's not what he was expecting at all, and it's just very uncomfortable. And what happens from there, he could have never possibly imagined. Again, I don't want to spoil anything for you past that. If you guys have seen it, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But it's such a really wonderful movie, man. I love the social commentary about sort of race and race relations and how people are still uncomfortable talking about it. I love the characters here; they're very well rounded. I love some are more comedy, some are more dramatic, some are more mysterious, more sinister. But I really like all the characters here quite a bit. I I really like the comedy here as well. I think the comedy really pops as well here, guys. I think the comedy is really cool as well. I think it's a really great horror film from Jordan Peele. Who Jordan Peele is a comedic guy. You guys know him from Key and Peele. And the fact that this is his first directorial debut, he loves horror. He's a fan of horror films. You can tell by the commentary about him talking about movies. He loves the people like Carpenter and Toby Hooper, and he loves all these people, and so he definitely loves making horror movies. And Get Out is a really great tribute to that, a really great tribute to some of these people out there that he loves and admires. It's a really fantastic movie. It really is a very much more psychological movie. There's not a lot of blood and gore here, but when there is, it's definitely really effective as well. I really love this one a lot, man. I saw this in the movie theater with my girlfriend, and we had a ball watching it. It was really, really fun. It really honestly was. And to me, man, I can't wait to see what Jordan Peele does next, because he seems like such a creative force, and I can't wait to see what he delves into next, man. This one I'm definitely like high on, and I'm glad to finally have it in the collection, guys, because again, I've been waiting for the Blu-ray for a long time. But again, when the price for the 4K was like right, I was like, I'm definitely picking this one up, guys. And to truth be told, I actually really like the black slipcover here, and I really like the black case as well. It kind of goes with the actual cover a lot more than the Blu-ray one does. So maybe I kind of lucked out just getting the 4K. But no, man, the movie's a great psychological horror movie, one that definitely gets in your head. It's definitely a crowd pleaser, especially at the end. You definitely want to cheer for the characters. Yeah, man, I see Jordan Peele being one of those directors that just is a great voice in horror, and I can't wait to see what he does next after seeing Us. Just him delving into everything he's gonna do for horror. I think he's gonna be a big like voice in the horror community, and I can't wait to see what he does next. But there's a lot of great features on here, guys. You get an alternate ending and deleted scenes with commentary from Jordan Peele. I like the alternate ending, but I'm not in love with it. I think the actual ending of the movie that they put in the film itself is actually better. But it's kind of nice to see what they were gonna do differently. You get unveiling the horror of Get Out. They end up talking about making the movie, the concept, how Jason Blum came on board, and how he loved the social commentary, and how he gave Jordan Peele a chance to make the movie, and how Jordan Peele is more of a comedy guy, but that doesn't mean much when if you have a story and you really are passionate about it, you can do anything. It's a really fantastic sort of making of about it, talking about the characters and the actors involved, and really great making of. You also get a Q&A discussion with the director and cast, and it's a very short video, but they just talk about some of their influences and how they got involved in the project. Actually, a very cool video as well. And a feature commentary from Jordan Peele, which is great. He talks about so many great aspects about the movie as well. Yeah, this is a great, great movie and great disc. It looks beautiful in 4K. And yeah, Jordan Peele is fantastic, man. I was a fan of him through Key and Peele, but he has really proved me just a bigger fan through horror, and I can't wait to see what he does next, guys. Definitely get up on this movie if you have not. If you love psychological horror movies, this is definitely one you definitely have to check out, guys. Definitely give it a look. Get Out. And the next pickup that I got, guys, is a Blu-ray from Epic Pictures. And I was kind of searching for some cool little sort of horror movies that might be of interest to me, and I came upon this one, and I was like, okay, this kind of looks cool. I'm gonna give it a chance. And that is Book of Monsters right here with that really great cover. It's a great, great cover, guys. Really, honestly is. Really awesome right there. And it's basically about this girl, Sophie, who on her 18th birthday, she's celebrating it, and she comes in contact with this book of monsters that has been handed down from her deceased mom. And she's having her party, and somebody ends up reading from the book, and all of these creatures and monsters sort of come out and attack people at the party, and they just have to try to survive and try to get the book back in order to put these monsters back where they belong, and just all the craziness and weirdness and blood and gore that goes with it. And it's a really fun movie that really is inspired by the 80s. These directors who made the movie, you could tell that they're a fan of horror movies. They're a fan of monster films. They're a fan of things like from John Carpenter and Evil Dead. You can feel the influences in this movie, guys. You really can. I love sort of the creature design and the cool and interesting monsters here. It's a low budget, so it's not like they can do like crazy like big budget designs. So they're definitely limited in what they can do, but I really did like the inventiveness that they did. I really like some of the cool and interesting sort of designs and how they were able to be creative with it on a low budget. I thought that was really cool. I think the characters are really fun to be around and really cool. It's a horror comedy in the vein of something like an Evil Dead or something, but I thought it was very creative. I thought it was really fun. I just thought it was a really cool wild ride that I was really happy to experience. And I love these movies that are definitely homages to the 80s. There's a lot of great creature stuff from the 80s, and I feel like we don't get a lot of great creature stuff nowadays. We get some stuff, but definitely not as much as back in the day. So it's kind of cool to always see these younger filmmakers coming back and doing these monster movies and reminding fans like myself how much I really do love monster movies and how much I really do appreciate getting these new ones and sort of new and interesting opportunities and visions that these filmmakers are giving us. So I do appreciate that quite a bit, guys, and this is a really, really great one indeed. Yeah, definitely give this one a look, guys. Really cool, and I really love actually the actual disc itself has sort of the monster right there on the disc, which I really like. I think that's really cool as well. Definitely a lot of love went into this film by far, guys. Definitely worth checking out. And actually, a lot of really cool features as well. You get a director and writer commentary, which is really, really great, man. They have a ball talking about this movie and their influences and how they got it made, and a really, really, really great commentary. You also get a cast commentary as well, and they're just having a ball talking about the movie and certain scenes and everything. Really, really great two commentaries here. You also get opening the Book of Monsters, the making of the film, and this is a really great making of, guys. It's almost like a feature length like movie in itself, just talking about everything from the financing to the creature design to the actors. I mean, just so much stuff in here, jam packed, talking about the movie. Really, really well done documentary, guys. You also get deleted and alternate scenes, gag reel, a short film, Fright Fest interviews, and more. Quite a lot to chew on with this release. I love these smaller independent horror movies and how sometimes their special features are more than sometimes the big releases are, which is crazy to me, but that just means that they put more effort into it, and I definitely appreciate the effort. And this one is a really great, solid creature feature horror movie that you guys should definitely get into. If you love your monsters, definitely look into Book of Monsters right here, guys. Then the next title that I picked up is from Target here, and it was for a really great price, and I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna do it because I've been waiting for this price to go down for this title, and it finally did. And that is Bad Times at the El Royale. And this one has been hovering around like the $20 range for quite a long time, and I found it over at Target for $13, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna pick this sucker up, man. I'm definitely gonna do it. And this movie, man, I really love this movie. I saw it in the theater. I had a blast watching it. It's basically about these strangers who all meet in this sort of rundown hotel, and they all have their own type of secrets. They all have their own story that they're all dealing with, and they all intersect in very interesting and unique ways. It's definitely a mystery thriller, and I don't want to give too much away, but I really like where the movie goes. I like the mysteries. I like how it goes in a lot of unexpected territories. You really don't know what to expect from this movie. When you think it's gonna zag, it sort of zigs. When you think it's gonna go one way, it goes another. I really like the characters here. I really like how they're really dynamic and interesting, and they have really cool backstories as well. and the actors seem to have a really great time here, especially somebody like Chris Hemsworth, man. I won't say too much about Chris Hemsworth in this movie, but he plays sort of almost like this Manson-like character. He's having a ball playing this role, man. Everybody's really doing it well. I love the design of the hotel here. I love the design of it. I love how it splits right in the middle between the two states. I I love the mystery. I love the action. I love the surprises. I never could ever exactly predict where anything was going, and that's some good stuff too, guys. Because a lot of times I'll go into a movie and I'll be like, "Yep, I know where that's going. I know exactly where that's going." And this one surprised me in a lot of pleasant ways, so I was really happy about that. This is a really great movie, guys, and the cast here is awesome, man. Jeff Bridges and uh, you've got John Hamm here and Chris Hemsworth and Dakota Johnson, and man, everybody hits it out of the fucking park, man. They are really awesome here as well. So well done, man. And the movie, I believe, is directed by Drew Goddard, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is directed by Drew Goddard. And Drew Goddard also directed Cabin in the Woods. Now, Cabin in the Woods is one of my favorite horror films of sort of like the recent decade. I feel it's one of the great, unique horror films, and it really deconstructs the horror genre in a great way. And I kind of feel like he's a director that doesn't get a lot of really great opportunities, but he really should. I love how he went from a straight up like horror movie to something like a mystery thriller, and it works really well. This is an awesome film, guys. I really highly recommend this one. I can't recommend it enough. Really great movie as well. And on this, you get Making Bad Times at the El Royale and a gallery. You don't get really much features here, guys. I kind of wish we would have gotten more features. I would have loved an audio commentary here to sort of have him explain, how he got into this project and, you know, the sort of the differences that he made on the film and what he went through. I would have loved to have heard about this, but the movie didn't do very well at the box office, guys, and I kind of feel like people found this movie after it came out on Blu-ray and DVD. They kind of finally found it, and if you guys haven't found it yet, definitely check this one out. It is really well worth it, guys. But yeah, this is a great little surprise of a movie. If you like those mystery thrillers where all these strangers are coming together, definitely pick this one up, guys. It reminds me a lot of Identity from back in the day, which I really like Identity too. So anything that reminds me of that, kind of like this, I definitely appreciate. So it's very well worth it. Definitely check out Bad Times at the El Royale. And last but certainly not least is a pickup that I got from Synapse Films, and that is none other than Unearthed and Untold: The Path to Pet Sematary right here, guys. I love that artwork right here as well. Very cool artwork. And, well, if you didn't want that artwork, they also have on the other side, they have this artwork as well right here, guys. Not bad artwork either. Very cool, too. And if you remember last month in the Blu-ray pickup video, I showed you guys that I ended up picking up the Blu-ray of Pet Sematary, the original one I picked up. I picked up that one, guys, and I really love the original Pet Sematary so much. I think it is so fantastic of a movie, and to me, it's one of those great Stephen King horror films. And I loved the special features on that disc, but I was always like, I wondered why there wasn't like a really full-on making of documentary until I found this one from Synapse Films, and I was like, dude, I am gonna definitely get up on this big time, and I really did. This one is great. They talk to all of the main actors in the piece. They talk to everyone from, of course, the young man who played Little Gage, who's now fully grown. They talk to Denise Crosby. They talk to the director Mary Lambert. They talk to everybody. They talk to everybody in the town that they filmed the movie at, who ended up like helping with the production. They did certain aspects on the film. They go into everything with this documentary. They go into how Stephen King wrote the book. They talk about how Stephen King influenced the film. They talk about how Stephen King wanted them to film in Maine, that the studio was not willing to actually was not wanting to film in Maine. They wanted to film in Canada or something like that. And Stephen King said, if you're not filming in Maine, then you do not have the rights to this. And he was definitely a big proponent of wanting to film in the location where the movie is set. He where the actual book is set, I should say. And he just talks about a lot of really cool, interesting stuff about making the book and making the movie. The actors talk about certain scenes that were more harder, talking about working with a little kid, working with the cats. Talks about how they changed certain things from the story to sort of better improve upon the film. They delve into so many aspects of this movie, guys, and this is a really great documentary, man. They really put a lot of effort and love into this documentary, and if you're a fan of the original Pet Sematary like I am, and have not checked out this documentary yet, definitely do it. This is a great, like, documentary, man. It really is. Like, I love movie documentaries. I love the ones where you really delve into the making of it and you really get a full-on process of what it took to actually make this movie and how a studio did not actually trust in this material and people had to fight to make it happen. I love these kind of stories, and Pet Sematary is no exception, guys. It really is a just great, wonderful, wild ride of a story, and it just really is cool to see how the town came together with the film and how everybody really just came together to make a movie that ended up becoming a classic. It is so well done here, and Synapse Films did a great job with this. They really did. Great job with this release, guys. On top of the documentary, which is about a little over an hour and a half worth of a documentary, but very well worth it. You also get here an audio commentary with the creators of the documentary as well here, and they have a really great time talking about how they made the documentary and who they got to talk to and the difficulties of making it. Very interesting audio commentary. You also get a producer commentary as well, and it's just a really great one as well, talking about a lot of the same stuff, but really great commentary as well. You get video interviews with the creators. You get pet tales from the cutting room floor, another Pet Sematary location photo compilation, a documentary art concepts. You get rare on-set video footage. You get a documentary sizzle reel and a promotional trailer. There is so much goddamn stuff in this documentary, guys, and this whole thing is jam-packed with great information, guys. Again, I love delving into special features. I love delving into the making of these movies. I think that's one of the things that I love about special features so much is just learning about what it took to make the movie itself. And documentaries like this are just so goddamn fascinating to me, guys. To me, this is well worth the pickup. Definitely go to Synapse Films and check this one out, guys. If you are a lover of Pet Sematary, a lover of Stephen King, and definitely would want to delve into more of how this movie was made, the difficulties and the challenges, definitely check this one out, guys. Very well worth it indeed. I really enjoyed it, and it makes me even more of a lover of that Pet Sematary movie, guys. Love it so much. Unearthed and Untold, The Path to Pet Sematary. Alright, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray Pickles video for April of 2019. And as you can see, guys, it was a very interesting variety of titles this month. A lot of cool and really interesting films to check out. Some older titles that I picked up, some limited editions, collector's editions. A really cool variety of titles that I was really happy to pick up, guys. Definitely let me know what you guys picked up for the month. I am definitely interested to hear what you guys got. There was some cool titles that came out in April, so there was stuff I didn't pick up, but I'm sure you guys got, so definitely let me know, guys. And now we're heading towards May, and now, May is going to be a very interesting month for my pickups, guys, because there's a few titles that was supposed to come out in April that got held back into May. So those titles, which would have been part of the April pickups, is now going to be part of the May ones. Some cool stuff from Severin Films, some stuff from Kino Lorber. There's going to be some new releases that I'll be picking up as well. Oh my god, and there's going to be a title, and I will not tell you guys, but there will be a out-of-print title that I got from somebody on Facebook that I am really excited about, guys. This is completely out of print, goes for big money on eBay. I got it for a great price. It's a little bit of a tease, but I am so proud to get this title in the collection. That'll be part of the May pickups as well, plus so much other cool stuff, some 4Ks as well. Some really great independent titles that I'll be picking up, guys. So definitely stay tuned for that video when it drops the next time in June, guys. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Again, let me know what you guys picked up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray pickup videos that I've done. Check out the Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos I do every single week. Check out the theatrical movie reviews with my friends. Plus so much more content that I do for the channel. If you love physical media, ooh, and movies, everything in between, me talking about all of that really great content about movies. I love talking everything special features and just talking about the films themselves. If you love everything that I do, guys, then definitely hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I really want to thank all of my subscribers. You guys fucking rock, man. I love the comments, I love the support, and I just get blown away of the love that you guys give me, and I hope that I give the love right back to you guys. It's a pleasure every time interacting with you. So if you definitely love everything I talk about, you love how I talk about movies, you love the videos, definitely hit subscribe. And make sure you check out what I do on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with all the videos that I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos that I do from time to time on social media as well. Alright guys, I will see you back next month for a brand new Blu-ray pickups video. I can't wait for May. It's going to be a really good pickup for May, guys. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys later. Happy hunting.